Welcome back to part 2 of Smithy's over 100 courses in a year, and today, and it's still Monday the 28th of April 2025, we're doing a 10-day trip round, playing in some Mizuno events in the Midlands. I've been down Cheshire, Shropshire, down to South Wales, Mid Wales, and staying last night in Wrexham. So I went to play a course, Moss Valley, earlier this morning, 9-hole course, and I've driven to the other side of Wrexham. It's another 9-hole course, Plassey Golf Club. One or two I haven't played in North Wales yet, so we're going to cut that in half and hopefully get to play Wrexham later on. So this is Plassey Golf Club, course number 19 this year. Let's go and see what it's got.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's course number 19 of 2025. It's Plassey Golf Club. On the tee, the man playing one of only two courses left in North Wales to play, from Kirkintilloch in Scotland, Smithy!
The first hole at Plassey, it's 345 yards, par 4, rising up in between the gap in the trees there, and over the ridge, and a view down to the first green, and it's relatively straightforward, except I've gone out to the right to the wee bit, so I might be blocked by the leaves of the trees.
We'll have to push it out left from the trees, so a little bump and run left into the first green. And the second hole at Plassey, 279 yards, par 4, across the dip, onto the level, and then dogleg to the right, down to the green. And the view down to the green from the centre of the fairway on the second, but this time I've pulled it to the left. Last time it was to the right, so I've kind of blocked myself. That's where I am.
And the third hole, first of 3 par 3s on the course, 170 yards, right into a big dip there, so you've really got to give it a bit of distance to get it up the top, bunker on the left hand side up there. Well, I'm over that big gully. In fact, I've hit it too hard, put it through the back. This is the green at the third. 24th hole at Plassey, 297 yards, par 4. Again, you've got to beat that great big dip there, get back onto the top level. Dog leg to the right, further up. That's quite a tricky drive, this one. I have to say the course is in tip-top condition. Really impressed.
I pushed out to the right of the fairway on the fourth, but even if I was in the centre I'd still be blocked with the trees there. Really got to hit a massive drive to open up the dog leg. A wee bit unfair this hole.
Tell you what, these big gullies walking back up them's not a lot of fun at all. That's the view I've got in the fourth. Playing it up the hill and just aim as far as possible over the trees if I can. Almost made it through the trees, but not quite. Pitch and run up. Actually this hole I think it's really unfair. Unless you can tonk the ball 270 plus, you're not going to be able to open out the dog leg, you're going to be blocked anyway. So really, if they're not cutting back the trees, which they won't do, the road ones, yeah, it's not the best shaped hole. Fifth hole, par 4 at 289 yards. Again, it's way down into the big kind of gully, ravine, whatever you want to call it. And then we're going to be suffering again because it goes up to the green. So we've got another climb. It's slightly dog legs to the right, a bit of water next to the green. That's the view up to the green at 5. I'll just get my breath back after climbing up another one of these steep short hills.
Sixth at Plassey, 161 yards, par 3. That tree on the left stops me coming in from there. A bunker in front of the green. Bit of a dip before it. Lovely hole this one. But the alternative tee for the 15th, it's a par 4 at 278 yards, a bit further back up the hill. So I'm going to give that one a go off the tee there.
I've just knackered myself again, walking 100 yards back up the hill to the 15th tee. It's 278 yards, par 4. And the par 3 tee is down where my bag is, down there on the left hand side of the pond. So I'm going to try and hit it big, see if we can get over the pond. I thought, do I go left or right? I said, nah, we're just going to give it a Bryson DeChambeau. Oh, it's a nice drive from back up there at 15th, out to left hand side, come rolling down a hill. I think I've beaten the pond. So this will be a bit confusing because we're going to play the par 3 tee shot now, 161 yards. Another nice tee shot in the par 3 6, but conked into that big tree to the left hand side of the green. I don't know where I am. And switching back to the par 4 15th, playing at the same green. I didn't come as far down the hill onto the fairway as I wanted, so I'm still up on the bank. Viewed down to the green, and there's that big bloody tree there. Oh, I found the tee shot in the par 3, just dropped right down the tree. I've got a little chip out onto the green though. Oh, at the last hole, at the par 4 I got a par, and at par 3 it was a bogey. Not too bad an outcome. And we come on to the 7th hole, 268, so it's a short one, playing over the 6th green there, from an elevated tee way down. You can see the pin straight down it. It's a really nice looking hole. Right down the middle of the fairway at 7, and a view to the green, some yellow sticks to the right there, so a pond in front, so got to try and go long. I just look at this green, the slope on it in the 7th, and then if you hit the ball too far, a lot of streams going round the back. So what I did, I decided to come off the bank, and there's a Smithy ball on the dance floor. So we've got a birdie opportunity, uphill putt for about 18 feet. 8th at Plassey, the last of the par 3s, 159 yards. Not really keen on this one, there's no kind of shape to it or anything. Little gully before the green, and then it slopes severely left to right. That wouldn't be my favourite hole. I'm at the last at Plassey, 368 yards, par 4, and it fades down to left and probably downhill as well. Fairway sloping right to left, in between the trees. Smithy against the golf course, 3 shots over my handicap. Not good enough. Well, not my best drive down to left, get caught in the leaves of the trees, slowed it down a bit. And there's the view down to the green there, so I think the idea is to push it out right and let the slope take it in. And the better view of the 9th green. My ball took a bounce to the left far too early. I didn't use the natural contours right enough. Oh, I can't believe that shot in. I've just hit the pin, rolled off the green to the left. Well, that's me finished the 9, or 10 in my case, at Plassey Golf Club. Smithy against the golf course. A bogey at the last. Leaves the course winning by 3 shots. Oh, it's a bit of a physical course this. There's a lot of short, sharp climbs in there. It's a shortish course, but certainly not the easiest. And when you come to a course that's a caravan camping site, etc., you're really not expecting it to be in that great condition. And I have to say, it's an absolutely superb condition. The course is just manicured to bits. Fair play to the greenkeepers. The greens are absolutely superb. What they are is they're a wee bit slower than they actually look. They look very, very vast, but they do slow up a wee bit. Fairways are in excellent condition, the tee boxes all throughout, so it's really a big shout out to the greenkeepers, well done. My favourite holes, well, the 6th and the 15th to the same green, and the 7th in the middle of the course. They're my 2 favourites. I wasn't keen on the par 3 8th, and the other one I thought was unfair, the 4th. The dog leg comes far too late and you're always going to be blocked out by the trees. So a hard shot for like 95% of the golfers. What am I going to give it? Oh, it's got to be, I think it's going to be an 8 for here. I've got to give big hands up with the condition. There's some lovely holes on the course. Thoroughly enjoyed it. That's the second 9-hole one of the day, and I'm moving on to play Wrexham later on hopefully. That'll be me completed everything in North Wales. Catch you later.